Welcome to the 2022 OPWDD Employee of the Year Recognition event. This event is our opportunity to highlight and recognize the important work that you do and the excellence, commitment, and positive attitude that you bring to the work every day. Some of you have brought spouses, some have brought friends to celebrate with you, others have brought supervisors, coworkers, and people you support. We hope you all enjoy yourself because today is your day. And let's start with a little round of applause for our Employees of the Year. Thank you. I hope some of you were able to take advantage of the tour of the state capitol that was offered earlier today. And later this afternoon, if you're able to, you're encouraged to take the tour of the State Museum as well. Now, during the event this morning, you'll receive a commemorative pin in recognition of the work that you do. These pins have been designated for those at OPWDD who lead by example and remain a constant and positive influence. You'll also receive a certificate of recognition from Commissioner Neifeld. I'd like to share a little bit about the agenda for the event this morning. We'll be presenting the awards by region. A designee will come up with you and you'll be introduced, and that representative will tell us a little bit about why you were selected for the Employee of the Year award. Then you'll receive the pin and their certificate and take a photo with Commissioner Neifeld. I'd like to now introduce Commissioner Neifeld, who will then provide some opening remarks. A little bit about Commissioner. Following nomination by Governor Kathy Hochul in November 2021, Carrie Neifeld serves as the Commissioner of the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. Prior to coming to OPWDD, Carrie served as Assistant Secretary for Human Services and Mental Hygiene in the Governor's Office. Since joining the agency, Carrie has been busy connecting with providers, families, and staff, such as yourselves, every chance she gets. She has made it her goal to personally visit our network of state and voluntary facilities that provide services, taking time to meet the people who keep the system running, and of course, those who depend on it, the people we support. Commissioner Neifeld.
Morning, everyone. It's so nice to see so many people and to be here. It's actually, today is the 1 year anniversary since I started as commissioner, and I can't think really of a better way to celebrate my being here 1 year than by celebrating the work that you guys do, because it's really my privilege to be a part of that work and to celebrate and recognize the work that's done by people across the agency every day. So I'm so thrilled to be here with you guys, especially on this day, to take the opportunity to highlight and thank you and recognize the work that you do every day. All 22 of you who are being recognized today are among the almost 18,000 employees that we have working for OPWDD across the state. We have almost 1,000 work sites. We support and advocate for thousands of New Yorkers with developmental disabilities every day. As I read about the winners and I read about why they were nominated and what their supervisors had to say, I was awestruck, as I always am, hearing about the work that is done across the state by the people who work for OPWDD, the dedication, the commitment, the drive, the longevity of so many of the people who have worked at this agency and dedicated their whole lives and careers to people with developmental disabilities. Some of the things that people said were, our staff are absolute treasures, tireless advocates, consummate professionals. Those are just a few of the things that supervisors said. And we have an opportunity, obviously, to hear from supervisors directly, soon about why people were nominated. We have people who are recognized for going above and beyond, the call of duty, whether it be through the pandemic, after the pandemic, to make their jobs, to make the jobs of their coworkers, to make the lives of people with developmental disabilities easier and better every day. We also have people who created new processes during the height of the pandemic that are being used today to lighten the load for others. We have people who were just nominated just for being great coworkers, for having a wonderful disposition, for coming to work every day, happy to be there and happy to work and happy to collaborate, which is so critically important. We are so busy, every single one of us, every day, doing really meaningful work that, to come every day with a happy attitude and happy to be there can make all the difference in the lives of the people that we support and in the lives of our colleagues and our coworkers. And when you think about how much time we spend with each other at work, it really makes a difference, right? To come to work and to just be a positive person and a person that's great to be around. So thank you for that. As I said, right, we're busy every single day. We have agendas that are full from the minute we get to work until the minute that we leave. So it's really important that we take days like this and just recognize and honor the work that's done. And that today, right, our number one agenda item is just to celebrate you guys and to celebrate the work that you do, the people who were nominated, the people who won. And thank you so much for you do. I also want to just acknowledge that we have everybody kind of congregated in the back over there, but we've got a ton of people from the leadership team, our executive deputy commissioner, many of our deputy commissioners, lots of our directors from regional and state ops sprinkled throughout. So I'm so happy to see all of them here, all of you guys here, your families, the people you support. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to the rest of the program.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's all good. Okay, and now begins the event, really, the awards. Each presenter will have 2 to 3 minutes to present the Employee of the Year from their region. And please, can I ask that we remember to pause and take a photo with the Commissioner as well. We are going to start with Regional Office 4. And can the presenter and the Employee of the Year please come to the front? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Forgive me, I'm nervous. My name is Christine Grova. I am Myron Woodley's supervisor, and it is my honor and pleasure to introduce him as the, take a breath, as the Regional Operations Region 4 Employee of the Year. Myron is a licensed master social worker, too, and also a front door team leader in the Bronx. Myron supervises a unit of front door facilitators and support staff. As my fellow regional office colleagues in this room can fully appreciate, the challenges we've had to face in regionalizing our workforce have been many. Excuse me. And Myron has been a consummate team player throughout that process. We quickly learned that regionalization posed technical issues and choices for our staff, who were becoming very increasingly frustrated by the challenges presenting to having to work across district lines. The initial IT solutions to our DDP2 and choices nightmares were not very user-friendly. Myron was determined there had to be a better way, and he diligently pursued better workarounds and shared this newly gained knowledge with all our staff. Myron has also gone above and beyond his regular work duties by representing Region 4 in the statewide information session work group. He brings back all the information we need and contributes regularly to that group. He also initiated having recordings made of the Spanish and Chinese front door information sessions, which Region 4 presents statewide on a regular basis. This task took the coordination of multiple regional office staff, as well as some private sector staff to achieve. He also is our WebEx host for those regular meetings, and on a monthly basis does dry runs and practice sessions and make sure the WebExes go smoothly for our stakeholders. Side note, fun fact, Myron does not speak Spanish or Chinese, but he does all of that for us. Myron brings to the work environment on a daily basis his knowledge, insight, and respectful questioning as needed in every effort to improve our processes and ultimately improve the delivery of services to help the persons we're here to serve. So without further ado, Mr. Myron Woodley, the Regional Office Region 4 Employee of the Year.
Good morning and thank you. Thank you very much for that acknowledgement. I truly appreciate it. And that write-up, Christine, thank you so much. I've been working on the front door for several years. It's a very interesting project. And I say interesting because one of the things with the front door, it's continuously changing. And that's one of the things I love about it. From the time we started back in 2013, 2014 till now, it's always changing. And I am happy, very happy to have beautiful supervisors to help me as the changes go by. Christine, beautiful supervisor. I appreciate what she done. Lucy Omezi, also another great supervisor. They have been behind me. And I work out of the Bronx office, and I truly appreciate my team. My team, they're the hydraulic that had lifted me up on this platform today where I am. So I can't do it without my team in the Bronx. If you're watching, you're the Bronx. And thank you.
Thank you for such a great start. We're going to move to Regional Office 3.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Brzee. I work as one of the deputies in the regional office, and I'm proud to introduce our Employee of the Year, Kelly Smith. Kelly is a tremendous asset to our team and goes above and beyond every day. She was nominated by 3 of her coworkers, and I wanted to share some of the things that your coworkers had to say. Kelly manages her job with grace and patience. She has a positive impact on our team. She is always willing to help others. Kelly is kind and supportive to all the families who are starting their journey with OPWDD. Kelly has worked for the past 3.5 years as an administrative assistant for our front door in our Middletown, Hudson Valley office. Kelly approaches each day with professionalism and a positive outlook. Kelly is a treasure. She works so hard to support the front door team and all the individuals we serve. Kelly is patient, kind, attentive to detail, organized, and so much more. We are extremely grateful to have Kelly as part of our team. Thank you for all you do, and congratulations on Employee of the Year. I just want to say thank you to my amazing coworkers who nominated me for this honor today. Truly humbled by it. I'm grateful to work for OPWDD to help other families who walk in similar shoes that I walk in every day with me and my son. And it's just been amazing, a blessing. He's my drive and reason why I try to do my best every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll move to Regional Office 2, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Vince Schmidt. I'm Director of Regional Office 2, and I'm more than proud to present our 2 nominees for our region, not nominees, but winners for Employee of the Year, Gary Bartosik and Amanda Hanna. So it's really difficult to explain the magnitude of what these two have done, not just for our region, but for the entire state. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of a history so that you can understand the magnitude to whatever extent I can within 2 minutes. So the Region 2 covers 20 counties. It's quite large geographically, and it spans from the Pennsylvania border up to the Canadian border. And a couple of years ago, this is when this project started, a couple of years ago, we had lost a number of key staff in the eligibility department. Gary and Amanda are both psychologists in our eligibility department. And we had lost key staff in the different areas, and we had 3 different teams in eligibility that no longer could function independently. We had to work together as a team. At the time, I was not director. I was in the role of a different role, and I was working more closely with the eligibility department. And rather than just kind of like complain or like whatever we're going to do, these two kind of just like launched into how can we fix this? And the only way we could fix the problem that we had was to rely on IT infrastructure. So they started to explore different ways that we could solve the problem that we had of unifying our team across 20 different counties. And we started to work with something called SharePoint. I won't get into the tech, that part of it, but we would sit with and I'm saying we because in the early days I sat there. They long outstripped my abilities in this. So just in the very beginning I was there, so I can speak to how much work this was and the way that it went, where we were all just trying to figure out how this worked. While they were continuing their eligibility work, started to develop something really unique, a new IT platform to make the workflow both more efficient and across a large span. Again, I'm not going to get into the how that developed, but it was really pretty remarkable, and it started to be noticed elsewhere, both in central office and within our team. And they had to negotiate. This is where the psychologist part comes in. They had to negotiate all the different emotions that went with this because we had different teams who were trying to learn how to do different things, and they were really adept at training the staff, not only developing this IT platform, but then also training the staff on how to use it. That was recognized pretty quickly because it was so unique and it worked so well. So then it was decided by central office that this was going to expand across the entire state. So we had dealt with the emotions within one region. Now they had to deal with the emotions around the entire state of changing process. And everybody had their unique cultures and their unique process, but we had to unify this. So they started meeting with the different regions and working with that staff, and they became trainers, mediators, leaders. They were interacting with the staff in the different regions and helping them learn how to do this, as well as meeting deadlines imposed by a central office in order to make things work. So the work that they initiated in Region 2 has now effectively spread across the entire state, which is why I say the award they're winning is for Region 2, but the work that they did has really changed the entire state. It's really remarkable, and I'm very proud of the work that they've done and of Gary and Amanda. So I just want to thank them very much for the work that they've done. I already know that I didn't do them justice because they did so much. So I will go back to my seat and be like, I should have said this. But anyway, they're really remarkable. You should all be very proud of them.
We're certainly honored to be recognized for the work that we put into this and are very thankful for the nominations that came out of Region 2. I know we were pulled away from a lot of the times of having to do eligibility work, and it really taxed our local eligibility team. So just a shout out to those guys. Thank you for your support and for your nomination for this award. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next to the Finger Lakes Regional Office.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly O'Connor. I'm a Deputy Director in the Region 1 Regional Office, currently serving as an Acting Director. And I'm here today with Amanda Bishi from our housing team, who's our housing team unit leader, as well as our Employee of the Year liaison, and many, many other hats. So Amanda and I are going to tag team in announcing our nomination for Finger Lakes 2022 Employee of the Year. It's my pleasure to say a few words about Stephanie Bourne. Stephanie Bourne recently accepted a role as a Developmental Disability Specialist 1 QMTA supervisor, fully well knowing that this is still a ship and that's being developed, and not quite knowing how all her many talents in that are going to be tasked in this role. However, her many skills as a Willowbrook liaison, children's service waiver liaison, just is made her an incredible fit for that position. So I'm going to tag Amanda now and ask her to share some information on the nomination.
Hello, everybody. So a few snippets from Stephanie's nomination. In her time at the regional office, Stephanie Bourne has consistently provided exemplary support to the individuals and providers we serve. She has taken the initiative to contribute to other teams and has volunteered to cover extra tasks. Some examples of this include contributing to risk assessments for the crisis team, covering the role of care coordination support liaison when an employee retired, and volunteering to coordinate our district's SIFA campaign. If you talk to the families Stephanie has helped in her previous role with the children's waiver, you will hear many stories of Stephanie going above and beyond to help vulnerable children and families who are at their wits' end find the support they desperately need from a system that can be very complex and hard to navigate. As our service system has changed in the recent years, Stephanie has had to adapt to many changes in her role. She did so with integrity, positivity, and an unwavering commitment to our agency's mission. She has shown professionalism and a sincere dedication to using her skills to tackle every change that has come her way. In a time when many employees have struggled to manage all of the changes, Stephanie has been consistently positive. She has encouraged staff to be resilient and solution-focused when they have struggled with changes. This is why Stephanie was selected as our Region 1 Finger Lakes Employee of the Year.
I just want to say thank you. I didn't prepare a speech or anything, to be honest, but I'm honored and humbled to be standing here today. We've got great leaders in our region, and I'm very grateful for the coworkers and for our teammates, and just thank you.
Thank you. And next we'll go to Western New York Regional Office.
Okay, it is my pleasure to say a few words and introduce Western New York's 2022 Employee of the Year. And I also want to just say that how happy we are that we have been able to do this in person this year. This is the first time I've attended this event, and it's incredible. So thank you all for doing this again. So I wanted to share a little bit of a story about Jackie, and I hope she doesn't mind, but when I came to the regional office in 2019, I heard about Jackie even before I met Jackie. Well, so-and-so was covering that shift, but that's Jackie's job. So-and-so is, we've got somebody filling this role as the fiscal liaison, but that's really what Jackie does. And I said, well, when are we getting her back here? So Jackie it is just somebody that fills the gap. She steps in, she rises to the occasion, and we're really fortunate to have her. So Amanda, who is Jackie's supervisor, has some additional kind words to share about Jackie.
Can't go anywhere. We're going to tie you to your desk. So Jackie is an exceptional employee and an asset to our regional office. Her willingness to help and her ambition to go above and beyond is what sets her apart. She is always willing to lend a hand, take on a difficult and time-consuming task, and approaches her job with creativity and collaboration. She exudes professionalism in her interactions with various stakeholders she engages with, and she truly enjoys her job, which shines through in her actions. Over the past year, Jackie has transitioned to a new team and new duties within the regional office. Jackie has accepted all of these changes without complaint, covering additional duties due to one program staff leaving the regional office and working with coworkers to develop a new program structure. She contributed to evolving processes in a thoughtful manner and was mindful of team dynamics and desired outcomes. She has developed detailed training documents and offered to spend individualized time training staff in order to prepare them to assume duties she was passing on. She advocates for the individuals we serve and the provider agencies we work with to ensure the housing subsidies are provided as needed and managed accurately. Her attention to detail and oversight allows her to be an effective program supervisor, which is appreciated by those above and below her. Her dedication and professional skills shine regularly, and that is why she was selected as Region 1 Western's Employee of the Year.
Thank you all so much. I just have to say I'm so fortunate to be working with such a great group of people. We have a wonderful team in Region 1, so thank you.
And next is Long Island Regional Office.
I know what you're thinking. No, I did not transfer over. My name is Tanya Opie McCombs. I am Director for Region 6 State Operations, but I am accepting the Employee of the Year award for I'm accepting the award on behalf of Regional Office, Idaho Paul. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it, so I'll accept it on his behalf, but they did give me a blurb, so I'll share that with you. Excuse me. I'm like really nervous. Idaho Paul has been our go-to guy for anything and everything. His kind spirit and naturally supportive nature makes him an asset to our unit and the regional office as a whole. He always goes above and beyond to support our team. Fiscal and FSS would have a hard time operating if we didn't have Idaho. We are very lucky to have an all-around great employee. That's by Liz Garon. So thank you on behalf of Idaho.
Thank you, Tanya. And next is IBR.
So I'll be the talking head back here. Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Amble. I am the director of the Jervis Clinic at the Institute for Basic Research. And I am also currently working in the capacity of Acting Deputy Director for IBR. And it is my real pleasure to introduce you to Diane Schumann, who has been a member of the IBR community for 17 years. She joined us after working for some time at the Staten Island DDSO and quickly became a trusted and dependable colleague within her role as the administrative assistant at the George Jervis Clinic at IBR. Diane is dependable, consistent, and trustworthy, characteristics that are much appreciated and valued by those of us who depend on her. From the time Diane Schumann came to work in the Jervis Clinic, I knew her to be an intelligent, capable, and thoughtful person who worked hard and quietly at her responsibilities, always willing to accommodate new tasks and help to get goals accomplished. In the years since, as my responsibilities have expanded and our work relationship has continued, I've derived great personal comfort and professional comfort in the knowledge that Diane is a colleague of mine at the Jervis Clinic and that her reliability, trustworthiness, and conscientiousness makes her someone whom I trust, which is a very, very important quality. I value her greatly, and I'm very grateful that she spent these years at IBR. I think it's fair to say that Diane's work responsibilities have expanded, diversified, and accommodated the ever-changing needs of the Jervis Clinic. Diane has stepped up and played a role in medical records, in medical dictation and transcription, in insurance and fiscal related issues, in front desk reception duties and timesheets, to name a few, quickly learning what she needed to get to know to get the job done and helping to keep the clinic functioning. While Diane was certainly a candidate for Employee of the Year many times over, her consistent presence during the COVID-19 pandemic is what facilitated this nomination. Diane worked tirelessly through the COVID-19 pandemic, being an on-site, regular presence that I could consistently depend on, helping to implement all of the processes and plans that had to be put in place to facilitate interacting with remote staff and telehealth patients and getting their evaluations completed. During the pandemic at IBR, a number of the clinic staff retired, and filling their positions was not an immediate option. In addition to performing all of her own responsibilities efficiently, Diane assumed many of the duties of departed staff members. She recognized the challenges of a decreased clinic staff and stepped in wherever needed. She remains always present in the clinic and is one of the reasons the clinic has continued to function seamlessly throughout the pandemic. Diane never complained. She embraced the additional responsibilities with a smile and efficiently and competently saw that they were completed. And finally, as I referenced in the beginning, personally having Diane as a confidant, an honest opinion provider, and an idea bouncer offer is a great support, and I remain always appreciative of all the work she does at IBR as a whole and for me as a beneficiary. So on behalf of everybody at IBR, we're thrilled that you're our Employee of the Year, Diane. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you to everyone. I truly appreciate this. I enjoy my work at IBR. It's interesting, it's changing, and I work with a great group of people there. So we're always learning new things. Colleagues are great, and I just enjoy it, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll move to our state operations offices. And we'll start with Broome State Operations.
It's officially good afternoon. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Melissa Drabo. I am a DDPS4 for Broome DDSO, and I oversee Valley Ridge Center for Intensive Treatment. And one of the programs we developed was the Glenwood Road ICF. Our Employee of the Year for Broome DDSO is Elena Marin, and she is our Habilitation Specialist 1 at Glenwood Road. So I really can't state enough how wonderful Elena is and the importance that she has to the Glenwood team. She is the person who plans all of the admissions, all of the discharges, all of the annual meetings, all of the quarterly meetings, all of the treatment plans that the individuals participate in. She has decorated the home. I wish I had brought a picture. If you could see her artwork on all of the walls of this home, it is outstanding. When the Department of Health comes, because we are subject to annual and semi-annual review, she is the person who interacts with those reviewers, presents them with all the information about the individuals, gets us through all of those with minimal citations. We all know the Department of Health always gives at least one. She will tell you that it is not her, it is the Glenwood team. But I think that her part of the Glenwood team is what makes the Glenwood team as successful as it is today. And just to give you an example of just her attitude and what she thinks of that program, when she was asked who she wanted to invite to be with her today, she chose her coworkers, her colleagues, and the individuals that we support at Glenwood Road, and that is who is here with us today. So, Elena Marin, Broome DDSO Employee of the Year.
Thank you. I truly believe in the team and my Glenwood team. I came here with Gary Rowland, representing Direct Care, Katie Kaminsky, Vocational, Al Brown, House Manager, Roy Spina, our psychologist. We are a team, and really, we accomplish all these things together. They have to put up with me. I'm having a... I accept this nomination gratefully in our Glenwood team. Thank you.
And next is Brooklyn State Operations.
Come on. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Luther Summers Hamilton. I am the Director for State Operations Region 5, and we are presenting Venice Mitchell. And Dawn is our Deputy Director for Brooklyn, and she's going to say a couple of words on her behalf. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am so honored to introduce our Employee of the Year from Region 5 Brooklyn DDSO, Ms. Venice Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell was nominated by the accolades of her coworkers, highlighting not only her efforts to provide the best care and support to the individuals of Brooklyn, but also her willingness to help others, including a collaborative cross-departmental approach. She strives to share information and has been instrumental in ensuring the individuals supported have access to vital programs and supports such as obtaining ISS apartments, access to ride, voter registration, and cell phone access programs. Ms. Mitchell serves as a resource on important subject matter for her peers as she strives to remain current and knowledgeable of OPW guidance and regulations, which we all know is not easy. She works collaboratively with our Medicaid compliance department to ensure a proactive approach to ensure the agency is prepared. Her fellow QIDPs characterize her as an exceptional staff with the perfect mix of efficiency, confidence, and care. Ms. Mitchell has supported our homes and our coworkers through transition and was a tireless support to her team during COVID, especially lending a hand whenever possible. Her TTL remarks that Ms. Mitchell is a strong advocate for the residents she supports. She is often found working early and late to ensure the individuals have everything they need. She is an invaluable part of the treatment team. Ms. Mitchell continues to support the Brooklyn DDSO family, all while being a proud parent. And Ms. Mitchell also has served the Brooklyn DDSO community for many years, and we are honored to present her with this truly well-earned distinction. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Mitchell.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here amongst everyone. I would like to thank my coworkers for nominating me, especially Miss Ingrid Wright and my supervisor, who is not here today, Mr. Hassan Shabazz. I would also like to thank the individuals that we serve, because without them, I don't think I'll be standing here today. And once again, thank you.
And Bernard Feinson, State Operations.
Good afternoon. Again, I'm Tanya Obi-McCombs. I'm director for Bernard Feinson. And I just wanted to just have the opportunity to say thank you. And I didn't know how much we appreciate your work and energy and effort. I mean, I always knew you were a hard worker, but it really shines when through the pandemic. And then when you say, oh, thank God we made it through that. Hurricane Ida hit. And I remember calling the staffing office at around 11:30, quarter to 12 in the morning, just to kind of like, you know, just see what was going on. And the staffing supervisor just nonchalantly says, oh, house group home 5 is flooded. And I was like, okay, you know, I was like, we have a few. Oh, up to the first floor. Did you say the first floor? Yes, the whole street, you can't see the cars, you can't see the vans. And we have our non-ambulatory individuals on the first floor. It's about 2 inches of water that's coming through the basement up into the first floor. And she said, before you even ask, the fire department can't come get them. So I said, you know, we just have to shelter in place and just say a prayer. So I went through who was at the house and they were going, she said, oh, Diane White. And I said, you know what? I think everything's going to be fine. She was in contact with safety, with the AOD. By the time the water went down, which was almost like 11 o'clock in the morning, all the individuals were fine. She had moved them to another side of the house so that the water wouldn't get any close to them. And everyone was fine. I mean, there's severe damage all over. But the one thing I have to say is when you have situations like that, the only person you could think of, for me, that I'd ever want to be there, and that's Diane. So thank you for that. And again, I totally appreciate it.
Good afternoon. My name is Victor Joseph. I am Diane's immediate supervisor. We can't say how much we thank Diane for the work she has done over the past years. She has been 30 years with the service, and she has shown immensely the power of being a good leader. Without her, I don't think I would exist as a good supervisor. We had many days where she fought me in order to get the things done, and she has always won. And Diane is a perfect example of an employee of day-to-day leading to the Employee of the Year. Anything that Diane does is completed with determination, diligence. She genuinely goes above and beyond to ensure needed quality of care is demonstrated to our individuals. Our leadership, its influence, and personable style is greatly and humble. Without further ado, I introduce to you Ms. Diane White, Employee of the Year.
Good afternoon. I'm a little bit overwhelmed because I'm nominated as Employee of the Year, but what I do, it comes from my heart. I want to begin by thanking my immediate family who have helped me through this 31 years to take care of other individuals who don't have anyone else. And they do it if they say, oh, you're at work all the time, but they know that I'm going to be there when I'm needed. And I want to start by thanking Ms. Tanya Obey Combs, who is my director, excuse me. Virginia Cipollina, who is the deputy director, my supervisor, my team leader, Frida Omazy, who is marvelous. We haven't been together that long, but she's a great asset to the team. And Victor Joseph, who, we're a team. And we tag team each other, but when it's all said and done, it happens. We take care of individuals and we make sure that they're insured, their safety is insured. And last but not least, I would like to thank my wonderful staff at Cora Hoffman, Group Home Number 5, Bernard Feinstein, DDSO, because without their assistance, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll move to Metro New York State Operations.
Hello, I'm back again. This particular honoree is no longer with us. Her name is Nicola Bolin. Nicola worked in our QM department in Metro, DDSO. We shared an interesting conversation about a couple of weeks back before she passed. Nicola, this is Nicola, by the way. So you know. So Nicola, there were some processes happening in the department, and we had to switch up some of the workloads. Janine Crawford was Nicola's supervisor, but Janine got a promotion, and we switched up some of the workload. But Nicola was going through treatment, cancer treatment, and wanted to still do some of her work. So I met with the QM director and I said, why is she still doing work? She should be taking care of herself. Nicola did not want to. So I told the QM director, absolutely not. Let her focus on her health. I got a phone call from Nicola from the hospital and an email. And she said to me, why are you pulling my work away from me? I want to work. It keeps me happy. I'm able to do things from her hospital bed. And I said, Nicola, I appreciate you and I thank you. But I just want you to take care of yourself. I want you to focus on you so that, the work will get done, but I want you to focus on you. And that was the last time I spoke to her. And then, I got the word that she had passed, unfortunately. I have a little poem that I put together. We had an appreciation day for her, and her family came out. We were trying to get them out today, but unfortunately weren't able to get them because they had some work commitments that they just could not come over. It says, thank you. Your servant's heart is her work of art. Giving the best of you and giving the worst of the times is a testament to the beauty of your spirit, your hard work, dedication, compassion, and care. Will never be forgotten. My heart is full of thanks and unending appreciation for you and the acts of service you chose to do each day. Thank you, Nicola. Janine Crawford is going to say a couple of words as well on Nicola's behalf.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm already crying. I didn't mean to start crying already. Okay. So, my name is Janine Crawford Romaine. I am the Director of Operations for Manhattan at Metro New York DDSO. And I met Nicola probably about 8 years ago. I was a fairly new TTL, and she was coming on as our HASPEC 1. Her role was very new in our residences, and she was very eager to learn and eager to perfect her role. Nicola was the type of person who would go and research her work and show you on Monday morning how much she learned. She'd just go to Barnes and Nobles and buy all kind of books so she could write really good goals for our individuals. And Nicola was promoted probably about 2 or 3 times before she got to quality management. And Nicola's role in quality management was to follow our incidents from beginning to end. And Nicola was very adamant that our guys got supportive counseling when they needed it. And she was very much involved in helping the treatment teams prevent incidents from occurring again. And when she received her diagnosis in 2021, she decided that she was going to continue to work. And although she was not able at some point to come into the office, oftentimes when we were audited, she'd want to be on those calls because she wanted to know that her work had been noticed and she did it well. Excuse me. She took pride in hearing over the phone, no problems with incidents, because her caseload was that important to her. And as the days got closer and she got sicker, she did eventually, I guess, realize that she could no longer work. But she had a team of women there who supported her while she went through her battle with breast cancer. And I just want to read something that Nicola gave to me when I got my promotion in August of this year. She gave me a little cup, a little coffee mug that said, "Here's to strong women. May we know them, may we be them, and may we raise them." And I realized at that point that my journey with Nicola was about empowerment of women, about us sticking together, and about us being there for one another, not just at work, but as we go through those regular life experiences that unfortunately, in her case, made her go way too early. Nicola was 41 years old. She leaves behind a 9-year-old daughter and an extended family, of course, that love her very much. So I'm going to ask everyone in this room, because I got a chance to talk to her daughter, Annalise, last night, and told her that I would be accepting this award on behalf of her mom. And her response was, "Yay!" I'm just going to ask everyone if you could give her a standing applause. I would appreciate that for Annalise. This is our girl. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're holding her pictures
Okay.
for her daughter.
Oh, that is so nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's me again. Where's the people? Staten Island. Let's go. Oh, you're already taking pictures? Let us honor you first. I'm the director for Staten Island DDSO. My name is Luther Summers Hamilton, and I have the team leader, Janera Jones, who's going to be saying a couple of words on behalf of the honoree, Maria. And take it over.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm Janara Jones. I'm one of the treatment team leaders out in Staten Island. And I had the pleasure of meeting Maria Franks. And I have some words to say about her from her immediate supervisor. Maria Franks has been a dedicated employee of the Staten Island DDSO for 20 years. She has began her career as a DSA and was promoted to a DA2 in 2015. She works diligently to execute her assignments, and she has ensured that things run smoothly throughout the day. Ms. Franks does her job well with a smile and grace without one complaint. About the well-being of the individuals we serve, she's an advocate for the individuals. She does a great job with communicating their needs, helping them meet their goals. She helps the individuals with their daily activities and supports them in integrating into the community and achieving greater levels of independence. Maria Frank is well deserving of Employee of the Year. Maria has a great rapport with her staff, which in turn encourages staff to be willing and ready to take on tasks that are given to them. Ms. Franks also works with managers and other supervisors to ensure that they have enough employees on hand to meet the demand. Ms. Franks manages to do all of this while still having a group and working hands-on with the staff and the individuals. I would like to say during a recent audit, even though it was her scheduled day off, Maria came in and handled all aspects of the audit, and we did a good job, which was great. Maria has volunteered and accompanied several individuals on vacation, even without taking her family, and she ensured that they had a great time. She steps up to assist whenever needed, no matter if she's working as a supervisor or within a DA role. Ms. Franks is a pleasure to work with. She has made herself available whenever needed and has assisted with assignments that others may not volunteer. Thank you, Ms. Franks. Congratulations.
I didn't prepare anything. I just want to thank my job. I appreciate my job. I like my job. That's what makes it easy to do the job. I appreciate my team. Like you say, everything counts on a good team. You have a good team, things run smoothly. I mean, you make mistakes, someone picks it up. It's just good to know someone has your back. It's always good to know someone has your back. And you appreciate that, as well as my individuals. I love my individuals, which makes it easier to do what you do. It's just pretty much everything. Thank you.
And Long Island State Operations?
I'm back. So I was recently promoted to Director for State Operations in Long Island, Queens. Thank you, John. And I actually had the pleasure to hear about our recreation therapist, Lana Teaneck. But I will defer most of the comments to her supervisor, our DDPS 4, Thelma Owens, shortly. But one things I really like to hear about is how teams work collectively. And as a former recreation therapist, it's a little challenging to get staff to be motivated to just do something. And Lana makes sure that they go above and beyond. She researches trips, inclusions, whatever it takes to make sure the individuals can have a good time. And I had heard that there were a couple of individuals that just didn't have enough funds, and she was willing to go in within her own dollar amount to be able to ensure the individual had a good time, because it was really important that everyone in her caseloads and even outside
really live the best life ever. She really believes in the mission statement, which is we help individuals live their best life, and that's what she does. So I'm going to defer it over to Thelma Owens.
Good afternoon. Lana, I don't know anyone that's more deserving of this Employee of the Year award. Lana, not only before the pandemic, when we was temporarily closing down one of our homes, Lana stepped up and she was like, no, Thelma, we have to make sure we find a home for these two young ladies. They've been together for over 20 years. They're like sisters. They depend on one another. Then she came back to me. Thelma, I think I have a location for them. They can go right here. And she said, and I'll make sure that I go and visit them even after they close down this home. And she did just that. During the pandemic, and some of the trips that Lana sent the guys on, like going to had a trip planned to Rockville Center, and the trip was cut short. We couldn't go on that trip. So Lana didn't want to let the guys down. She went and she put on an elf outfit and bought donuts for each house and went and read them Christmas stories. Those are things that make Lana so special. She doesn't stop there. During the pandemic, just looking for innovative ways to keep the guys engaged because she saw that they were getting bored inside the homes. She started a bowling league. It was small the first year. This year, we're inside of our second year. Not only do the individuals look forward to it, but so does the staff. It's helping to build that morale back up. There's nothing I can't ask her for, whether it's a group fishing trip, closing down the park at Adventureland, taking them to, I think the whole region has gone on vacation this summer, and that was all due to this one person right here. She reached out to the other rec therapist reached out to her. She stepped right up to the plate and she made it happen for all of us. Lana makes sure that if you tell her, oh no, they can't do that, Lana says, why not? And she makes a way so that everyone can be a part of and enjoy. And so Lana, I thank you for all that you do because of you, you make my job easy. And we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I just want to say that I truly believe in the mission. As Thelma said, I love my individuals and I love the staff that I work with. They make the job complete. I can't ask for anything more. I'm just very appreciative and thankful. Thank you.
And next is Sunmount State Operations.
Hi, I'm Helen Matz. I'm the director for Region 3, Sunmount, and I will have our Chief Sobi do our introductions of our Employee of the Year, Tim Allen.
Good afternoon. First thing I want to do is congratulate everyone out there, all the recipients. I'd also like to acknowledge all of the OPWDD employees. They do a great job. Tim Allen, Officer Allen. As safety officers under the OPWDD umbrella, our mission is to maintain a safe and secure environment for our recipients, staff, and visitors. To that effect, I'm proud of the opportunity to have such a great employee as Officer Allen. He embodies that mission during his day-to-day job duties, but not just there alone. Within our local community, he's a first responder, retired firefighter, and well respected. His thirst for knowledge, and we're going to go back to that, on emergency situation lends itself well to all of our job duties, whether that means responding to fire alarm activations or performing CPR during medical emergencies. He assesses the situation and acts with the utmost professionalism, knowledge, and courage. Now back to that thirst for knowledge. He wants to know everything. Everything. Sprinkler systems, fire alarm systems, duress systems, access control systems. He wants to know it all. And if he doesn't know it, it bothers him. So he volunteers to escort these vendors that we have to come in so that he knows it. Not that he's going to do it, but he wants to know what's going on. It's that thirst for knowledge that puts him above and beyond all of our employees in our safety department. It's truly a great quality. Officer Allen treats everyone he comes into contact with as if he had known them his whole life. Never a disparaging word and always a cheerful and outgoing demeanor. Tim, you are truly an outstanding employee, an asset to our agency, our facility, and our department. Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow. Thank you to everybody who nominated me and to my supervisors. Sylvia actually was my supervisor until 4 months ago when he got chief. And I just, all my supervisors gave me the options to go and do and learn all the things that I've learned. And they've shown me, and a lot of the other safety officers that I work with and stuff like that, and just absorbing all the knowledge. And I just like it. I want to thank them for the nominations and thank everybody else. Thank you.
My goodness.
And Capital District State Operations up next.
You know who I am. So I am going, we have our team leader, Alicia Table, who will present our nominee, Peter King.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Tabolt. I'm a treatment team leader for Capital District, DDSO, and Peter's direct supervisor. There's so much to say about him. When I was putting this together, I literally had like 3 written pages, so I had to cut it down. So forgive me if I go over the 2 minutes. I met Peter some years back prior to taking over his supervision and was always impressed by his genuine care for the individuals we serve and dedication to improving services. When I first met him, he was a HabSpec 1 at Schuylerville Dayhab. He ran a classroom, wrote service plans for the individuals in his care. The whole time he displayed great ambition, was always eager to learn and grow in his position. Peter was then promoted to the HabSpec 2 Adirondack Dayhab Director. He threw himself completely into the role, learning the policies and regulations that governed his program, and at the same time, he revamped the program from its decor to the numerous services and opportunities he was able to provide the individuals that attended. His positive influence was felt by the individuals served, their families and care managers, the staff that worked within the program, and the numerous house leaders he interacted with on a daily basis. The mood of the program was positive, vibrant, and interactive. Peter, along with his program, was praised by our local Board of Visitors, highlighting the many improvements within the program and wonderful care and services that were being provided to the individuals that attended. When the Dayhab director at Schuylerville Dayhab retired, Peter returned to his former program and brought his experience and knowledge with him. He voluntarily covered both programs until his backfill at Adirondack could be hired, and he continued to offer his assistance to the current day hub director, helping him to acclimate to his role. When nominating Peter for the Employee of the Year, I reached out to his coworkers and asked them to share stories that I would include in his nomination, and I received several. So for the sake of time, I will only highlight two. This is from Jennifer Ambridge. She's a Hub Spec 1 at Adirondack Day Hub. When I started as a Hub Spec at the Day Hub, Peter was my boss. As a new employee, I had a ton of questions. I remember Peter always knowing every answer right off the top of his head. It amazed me at the wealth of knowledge he could pull from his memory at a moment's notice. I asked him once, "How in the world do you remember everything like you do?" And he unpretentiously answered, "I've just been doing it for so long now that it comes naturally." He did make it look easy, and I can honestly say I admire Peter for his leadership skills. I have seen Peter handle crisis calmly and efficiently. I've experienced his gentle but effective delegation, and I've watched him effortlessly juggle multiple situations. I can honestly say I don't know of anyone more deserving of this recognition for a job well done. And another one from a coworker who is the Day Hub director at another Day Hub, Fort Edward Day Hub. His name is Travis Locke. He shares the following. Peter is a pleasure to work with and has a very friendly, positive, and outgoing personality. I know I can call Peter anytime if I have questions regarding anything related to Day Hub. Peter has been willing to assist with anything I would need since I took the role of the Fort Edward Day Hub director, and I am pleased and ecstatic that I get to work alongside of him. Peter and I have worked closely together to assist staff on getting staff trained in vehicle safety training and with the Adirondack Carnival, which was a blast for the individuals and staff. Peter has a kind, caring heart and always puts others before him, which has earned him respect throughout Fort Edward Day Hub, as well as the other two. I congratulate Peter on this prestigious award, and I hope I get many years to work alongside of him. In summation, Peter has proven to be an excellent supervisor and leader. He has an inherent knack for understanding what his people need, how to approach them, and how to motivate them to the best possible outcomes. His care for the individuals served in his program is visibly evident by his compassionate interactions with them. Peter brings a light to the lives of the individuals served, is an ideal example for all staff in his presence, and is a true pleasure to supervise. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Capital District's Employee of the Year, Leslie Peter King.
Thank you, Alicia. Hello, everybody. This was a big surprise when Alicia told me that I got Employee of the Year for Capital District. I want to thank you for this award, the nomination, and opportunity to be here today. I want to thank my wife and family for always being there and to help keep me grounded. I'd also like to thank all those I work alongside. I've worked alongside in the past, those I supervise, and those that have taken a leadership role over me and been mentors. I truly work with an amazing group of people, and I wouldn't be here without them today. Thank you.
In Central New York State Operations.
Good morning. I'm Bonnie Beeman, Bridge Deputy Director for Region 2, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to join with everyone as we recognize truly magnificent people. In our Central New York District, we have an established steering committee comprised of representatives from various divisions that guide us through a very meaningful grassroots process that surfaces a wide variety of nominees and ultimately identifies one from among our nominees who is upheld as Employee of the Year. We even hang our hats on a slogan that gives spirit to the nomination process. This year, 46 nominees rang true to our staff, our superstar slogan, and one of our nominees has risen to hemispheric levels to be honored today as our Region 2 Central New York Superstar and Employee of the Year. It is with great pride that I introduce you to Wendy Kelly, Administrative Assistant 1, integral member of our Fayette Street Administrative Unit and State Operations team. She is the North Star to those she supports, such as her primary administrator, and the magnitude of responsibilities that comes with that role, as well as supporting multiple teams and team members, including family care. 3 of the 4 teams Wendy supports are in addition to the team that she's actually assigned to. With that being said, Wendy always is timely in getting her work done, and the quality of her work never suffers. She ensures that all documentation is on time and will follow up with various entities to ensure timely submission to meet our agency standard. Wendy has a huge heart and always greets others with a smile. She offers a positive, welcoming, and upbeat attitude. We wish you could see our service recipients' excitement when they have the opportunity to interact with her. Wendy keeps the office running like a well-oiled machine. She calls maintenance when needed, she orders supplies, and ensures that service recipients and staff have the things they need for a successful day. Wendy always looks for opportunities to learn new things and enhance her skills, and is the go-to trainer for other administrative assistants, inviting them to shadow her to provide a basis for understanding why certain tasks benefit by being completed a certain way. Wendy will find time in her busy schedule to help anyone in need, and will schedule or postpone time off even to ensure the needs of her team are met during the time of her absence. She remembers birthdays and other important events. She organizes celebratory lunches and arranges special treats for things like Boss's Day, birthdays, retirements. Wendy helps to organize the distribution of celebration and sympathy cards when coworkers retire, fall ill, have surgery, and more. Wendy is known for being the glue that holds the office together and has earned so much respect for being a brilliant beacon of light and guidance. Wendy, you truly are appreciated, and we thank you for everything that you do. It is my, Director Kristen Ward's, and leadership's honor to present you as Central New York DDSO's Employee of the Year.
Thank you so much for nominating me. I truly am honored, and I thank every one of you here today because you are truly honored too. I just do my job, and I don't like to be recognized, so this is hard for me to do, but I really appreciate everything. Thank you.
And next is Finger Lakes State Operations.
I'm sorry, I'm having to get my phone up here. My name is David Vigiani. I'm the State Operations Director for Region 1, and standing next to me is Carmen Viennese, the nominee for the region, or for Finger Lakes. I'm sorry, I swear I had this up on my phone before I walked up here, and then of course it disappeared. Okay. So Carmen, I have known Carmen for all the years that I have worked in Finger Lakes and Region 1, and that's just a little over 20 years. But Carmen has me beat by a number of years. It's 36, Carmen? Yes. So Carmen was nominated after, similar to other districts' process, there's an extensive process with lots of nominees, dozens and dozens of nominees, and there's a committee that vets this process and spends a lot of time really considering each nominee very carefully. But despite all of that, I wasn't surprised to hear that Carmen was nominated in the end. She is just such an inspiration to all. So, Carmen, this is what your supervisor and others have said about you, and I can testify that this is the absolute truth. Carmen provides warmth, caring, and generosity with her time, and truly exemplifies our core mission of putting people first. Carmen is a critical member of every team and committee she has served on over her, as I mentioned, 36 years throughout the 10-county Finger Lakes DDSO. Carmen is an occupational therapist assistant too, but she's much more than that. She is our master trainer for vehicle safety, from inception to assisting with the creation of the statewide vehicle safety policy as content expert. And I can absolutely say that not only for Finger Lakes, but for Region 1, she is the person who fully knows and understands this process and is absolutely critical to making sure that vehicle safety standards are met. She is co-chair of the Finger Lakes Safe Patient Handling Committee. She's been this co-chair since 2012. She's its master trainer, and she provides countless NEO and refresher safe patient handling training. She's a CPR first aid training, and she, I think, is the last certified trainer in our agency for the BART technique, bonding and relaxation technique. Was that correct? Yes. So last of a kind. She also is a coordinator for massage therapy services throughout Finger Lakes. Outside of work, Carmen is a lay pastor, and she, in this capacity, has officiated over 489 funerals and memorial services, and most of those, or many of those, have been for our service recipient in our home. So she provides such a valuable service. She volunteers to do that, and we are so happy that she does. She also provides invaluable DSA support. Over the past 2 years, Carmen has stepped in to provide many hours of voluntary overtime in residences to support DSAs, with hands-on work with individuals and on-the-spot training related to occupational therapy for safe dining, ADLs, positioning, and personal care. Carmen is a beloved member of the Finger Lakes DDSO, the many teams that she served, and it is a great pleasure and honor to say, Carmen, you are a great Employee of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm truly humbled and blessed to be honored this way in representing Finger Lakes. When I started 36 years ago as a brand new staff therapist that was going to change the world and showed up on campus at the old Craig Developmental Center, I never knew I'd fall in love with a group of people that just stole my heart, staff and employees across the connection that I couldn't just help, but just stay with, entrenched sometimes over our heads in what seemed to be unbelievable circumstances at times. But nobody quit, because they don't. The teams I work with, therapists, direct care, management in between, we don't give up, because those that we walk with need us. And it has been a pleasure and an honor to serve them in this manner. I will continue to do so. And I want to speak a little bit, because it might be, why is an occupational therapist doing memorials and funerals? It is because I truly believe everyone's story should be told. No one should leave this great, beautiful place of earth going on to glory without their story being shared in a way that is meaningful everyone deserves an honorable exit. And that's what I try to do. So thank you for this honor. It's a joy to work with the leadership that I have. I have to speak out to my team at home, but my chief PT that I co-chair with, and as a dear friend of mine, is here with me today, and I just couldn't be more blessed by her presence. Thank you, everyone.
In Western New York.
It's your turn, Rhonda, and I actually have my phone working, so I have to have that awkward pause. So I have the pleasure to introduce Rhonda Myers. Rhonda is a DA3 at our Little Valley Day Hab in Western New York, and it is really pretty much the far west of the state. You can't get too much farther than that. A very snowy area, and an area that requires a lot of dedicated staff in order to make things work, because they're often on their own and by themselves. Rhonda is one of those staff that, as others have described, other nominees, is one that certainly goes above and beyond. What she does isn't just a job, it's an avocation, it's a vocation, and she certainly shows it every day, and her coworkers do appreciate her. So Rhonda, I'm going to say a few words from your coworkers. Rhonda Myers is a 28-year employee for OPWDD. She is compassionate, helpful, and kind to all individuals, staff, and coworkers. Rhonda possesses a wealth of knowledge about the individuals and staff at the Little Valley Day Hab and the Southern Cattaraugus teams. She has a vast amount of historical information and can greatly contribute to person-centered, and does greatly contribute to person-centered planning that is essential when making decisions. Rhonda handles multiple duties that occur simultaneously with a calm, consistent demeanor, and stays on top of her other DA3 duties, including the management of incidents with her team. Rhonda is very deserving of the Employee of the Year. She has been a leader and a role model every day. During the pandemic, Rhonda picked up AOD staffing support shifts and worked many open shifts in IRAs when they needed help the most, and she still does that. She was there ensuring that the needs of the individuals were met and helped boost staff morale by showing her willingness to work with them during a time of crisis. Rhonda is always there when we need her, we can count on her, and we greatly appreciate her. So Rhonda, I appreciate you too, as does everyone else. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you to everyone in the Western region for this special honor and recognition, and thank you to all the amazing coworkers I worked with over the years, and shout out to my Little Valley and Southern Cat teams.
In Hudson Valley State Operations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yvonne Lenzen, Director of State Operated Services in Region 4. I'm actually here with my deputies today and some other representatives of our team. And I also wanted to share my heartfelt congratulations to all of the wonderful OPWDD employees that are being honored this year. But of course, our special compliments and cheers go to the 2 State Operations 4 Direct Care Supervisors that are being recognized as the Employees of the Year 2022 for the Hudson Valley and the Taconic District. So I want to start out by saying something about both of them collectively. We are here today to honor outstanding people for the part that they play in our enduring mission to better the lives of people with developmental disabilities. And our 2 honorees are the epitome of OPWDD's guiding principles. Their person-first ethic is embodied in the way they care for the individuals, going above and beyond in their advocacy to maximize opportunities and access to supports and services. This compassion and consideration of others is also reflected in their team spirit and peer relationships. Therefore, it comes to no surprise that their colleagues nominated them to receive this special honor today. I'm honored to applaud such devoted employees. I'll go a little bit more into detail now to tell you what makes them so special. So up first is Hudson Valley's Employee of the Year, Yvonne Breton. She's a DA2 who has worked for Hudson Valley for the past 14 years. She took her first DSA exam, which she passed in 1998. She was going to begin her career then, but opted to raise her family instead for the following 10 years. And then finally, in 2008, she started as part-time DSP in our South Boulevard, IRA. And then after 3 years there, she took a lateral transfer to Maple, IRA, and has been at Maple ever since. In 2016, Yvonne decided to go full-time, and her DA2 back then was so impressed with her great patience and her understanding of the individuals and staff in the home that she took her under her wing and began grooming her for a managerial position. Finally, a year and a half later, Yvonne's mentor was promoted, and she followed into her footsteps as the DA2 of Maple, IRA. Yvonne was nominated by her DA3 Mark Tennion and TTL George Haggerty, who describe her as an excellent role model, someone who always plans meaningful community activities that meet the interests of the individuals at Maple. Yvonne loves to decorate and has made Maple, IRA a very welcoming home for all seasons. Within the last year, she has stepped up to cover vacancies and vacations for her team members, all while maintaining the monthly activity schedule. She works hard daily and fosters positive relationships with the actively involved families of the individuals in the home. Yvonne is always willing to help others in her core team. She shares her knowledge with her peers and teaches newly appointed supervisors the daily tasks and standards of the job and how to navigate the online applications a supervisor is required to utilize. Yvonne is very responsive to email communication from families, care managers, and co-workers, always willing to assist and provide an immediate response when necessary. When asked about the most rewarding part of the job, she tells you that she receives such joy helping and teaching the men at Maple, IRA new skills. She considers both the individuals and her staff as an extension of her own family. Yvonne was so elated and thankful to receive this honor, and even more excited to see her son, who flew in all the way from California to accompany her today. We are so happy to have you on our team, Yvonne. Congratulations.
Gosh. Oh gosh, I don't know what to say. It's so overwhelming, but I'm very grateful, for this nomination. There's a lot of us here that deserve it, or those who are watching, you all deserve it too. But I'll take this one. I'll take this one. I am so grateful. I'm thankful for the nomination and the win, and Watson, she was the one that took me on her wings, and I said, why? Sometimes I said, why? But, I'm a praying person. So if you come into that house, I walk in and I'm praying, and the staff would say, amen, amen. And I have one of my guys, he loves songs too, so I will sing, and he will, amen, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But I thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I started out at South Boulevard. I'm grateful for you guys, and I'm here at Maple now. So God bless you, and I love you. Oh.
And Taconic, State Operations.
Michelle. So up next is our Taconics Employee of the Year, DA2 Michelle Pabilski. Michelle has 15 years of service with the Taconic District. She started as a direct support professional and worked her way up to DA1 and now is a DA2 at Olivet Ira. Michelle was nominated by her DA3 Jody Smith and TTL Richard Woodbeck. They're both here today. And she was nominated by them because she's so dedicated to the individuals she supports, putting in a lot of extra work and time to enrich their lives. Michelle always ensures that the Olivet House is a home for the individuals who live there, planning parties for them, decorating, and personalizing it. Michelle will use her own money to add those special touches that make a house a home. During a survey, DQI even mentioned that they would stay in the house because it was beautifully decorated for the holidays and it looked like a hotel. Michelle supports her staff, covers shifts for them when needed so that they can have time off to simply go home or participate in an important family event. She is a role model to her staff and an outspoken advocate for the individuals in their care. She takes pride in her work and goes above and beyond to enhance the quality of life for the individuals and to support her staff. To give you an example of Michelle's dedication, when an individual that she knew from a previous house she worked in had a dramatic health decline, Michelle advocated that he be moved to Olivet and facilitated the start of several different services, which resulted in the individual regaining all of his previous abilities, including being able to communicate again. Michelle attributes her success to having great mentors who took her under their wings. She said that it's important for her to do the same for her staff. Michelle gives so much credit to her staff and thinks of them very highly, describing them as having the energy of 2 staff each, as well as willing and compassionate, which she says makes her job as manager easier. Her favorite part of the job is making it fun for the individuals by decorating the house and throwing parties. She said that some people say it's overkill, but the individuals love it. We truly appreciate your devotion and commitment, Michelle. Congratulations.
I want to thank everybody, my DA3s, my TTL, they were always a great support. My coworkers at my house are fantastic. They're always willing to go above and beyond to give me the opportunity to be able to decorate and do overkill, as they put it. Again, I want to thank everybody and especially my coworkers at the house. Thank you.
And now central office.
Good afternoon. My name is Chad Mitchell, and I'm the Area Director for the Bureau of Program Certification in the Western area of the state. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the 2022 Central Office Employee of the Year, Summer Galarno. So Summer has worked as a standards compliance analyst in the Bureau of Program Certification out of our Newark office for 10 years. As a surveyor, Summer has ensured the health and safety of thousands of New York's most vulnerable citizens over the years. She is knowledgeable and ensures agencies comply with regulations to ensure the individuals we serve are living richer lives. Summer does this while maintaining positive working relationships with the agencies on her caseload. She is always assisting at staff meetings and trainings by asking questions to ensure everyone has full understanding of the subject matter. Summer is also committed to improving the morale of the BPC staff within the Newark office. Summer has showed initiative and created a fall festival for her peers and supervisors at a recent in-person staff meeting. She collected kind adjectives on each of the over 40 staff members and created artistic placards for everyone to display and take home. This act of kindness touched the heart of each person in the room. Her leadership, compassion, and commitment to the morale of her entire office is exemplary. At a time when survey staff morale could be at an all-time low due to the events of the last 3 years, Summer took it upon herself to remind everyone that camaraderie goes a long way to the success of a team. When asked to describe Summer, her coworkers said that she is a supportive teammate, she's fair, fierce, thoughtful, creative, kind, understanding, makes each person feel valued, she's always positive, brings great energy every single day, and is an amazing teammate, and always puts the people we serve first. She's somebody who's amazing at her job, has integrity, is articulate, and is always there when you need her. Summer Galarno is the epitome of Employee of the Year and deserving of such recognition throughout OPWDD and New York State. Congratulations, Summer.
Thank you so much. I feel really humbled and honored and not deserving. Actually, I don't know if anybody else has felt that way. But I'm just so proud of all the work that we do at the Division of Quality Improvement. And so many of you mentioned your audits or the pride that you take in your survey results. And I just want to tell you that we're proud too of all of you. I'm proud of you. So I just want to thank all of the amazing work that you all do too. And the team that I work with, the leadership team, my coworkers, and my actual team, they really just make me look good, I think. So, my thanks to them.
Thank you, everyone. One quick note before Commissioner closes out the event. We will have lunch in the next room. And for our Employees of the Year, you have your certificates and pins, but there is also an OPWDD lunch bag and some snacks and water bottles. So you'll see those later, too, for you to take on your way home. Okay, Commissioner?
Well, I hope everybody's feeling inspired. We should do these things on a Monday morning, right? First thing in the busy week, get inspired. I just want to say thank you. I can't say it better than supervisors and then people themselves, talked about their jobs. So thank you to everyone for everything you do every day to support people with disabilities across New York, to support family members, to support each other, and to support our mission. So I hope everybody feels really proud. Congratulations. Enjoy the lunch, enjoy the tour, and thank you everyone for being here.